Alright, hello and welcome everybody to the EFRL Strange Brew Legend Series season finale. Our 12 race season comes to an end tonight. Larson Parker has locked up the championship, but we still have a few spots to settle. Dean Qualley is in second with just 6 points ahead of Tom Quiring. Right now we are getting right into our heats. Let's go ahead and look at our lineup. We'll have Bradley Stefane on pole with Austin Strang to his outside. Making up row 2 will be Larson Parker and Dean Qualley. And rounding out the top 6 will be Logan McNitt and Tom Quiring. We will have what should be an 8-lap heat race. No cautions in heat races. The boys should put on a pretty good show. We are at the famous Five Flags Speedway. Weather is 78 Fahrenheit, temperature is 78 degrees in Fahrenheit, 86% humidity. It's pretty cloudy and the winds are around 14 miles an hour. The pace car is rolling off and our drivers are getting ready to start the race.
Chicka 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 choo choo.
Listen to a little bit of driver radio there. I'll go ahead and turn that back off. If you joined our pre-race show, you will know that you can't really trust these drivers to say the cleanest things over the radio, which is why we will keep them muted for the time being. After the race, though, we'll let the top 3 in for interviews. Alright, pace car should be coming through for the final time. Pace car will dive down to pit road. And the green flag is in the air. 8 laps to decide the pole sitter at Five Flags Speedway. Brad Stefane able to use the inside lane to his advantage. The top side not really getting the best start there. Austin Strang will fall to third. Larson Parker will get to the inside of the 89 and try to make a move for the lead. He doesn't quite clear it yet. Brad Stefane has a little momentum on the straight. Larson Parker able to use the shorter distance around the inside to clear the 89. Maybe not quite. He'll have to give it one more set of corners. Larson Parker will get clear of the 89 and he will take the lead. Tom Quiring getting a little loose in the back. He'll lose his momentum.
Probably wouldn't have saved that if you weren't there.
Oh, well, I guess I didn't really...
Zero X, you're fine.
Our driver radio, I'll have to go ahead and do that real quick. There we go. We won't have to listen to them anymore. Not until interviews anyway. Brad Stefane getting underneath of Larson Parker, trying to take the lead back. Larson will use the momentum on the inside to clear himself. 4 laps to go, halfway through the heat now. Brad Stefane within a car length of Larson Parker. He'll give him the bumper, but he won't be able to make a move on it. He'll look to the inside. Try to get the position in this set of corners. He'll get a little squirrely, but he stays underneath the 18. Brad Stefane ahead by just a bumper. Coming out of turn 4, Larson will use the momentum from the top side. These two are neck and neck with each other in a gridlock. Brad will give a little bit of contact at the turn 2. Won't do much to the 18 machine. Brad Safane will get a little squirrely, dive to the low side. Final lap. 1 lap to go to decide the pole sitter. Larson will get clear going into turn 2. Brad Safane will wash high, try to pull a crossover. He'll tap the wall. He'll look to the inside. He'll throw the car into the corner, get to the bumper of the 18, but it will not be enough. Larson Parker will win Heat 1. Brad Stefane will finish in second. Dean Qualley in third. Tom Quiring fourth. Austin Strang in fifth. And the Thomas the Tank Engine will finish in sixth. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that will be our only heat race of the night. We will go ahead and start our features. Let's go ahead and look at the lineup now. That is not the lineup, excuse me. Larson Parker will start on pole for the 50-lap feature with Brad Stefane to his outside. Dean Qualley and Tom Quiring, the two Canadians in the field, will take up the second row, followed by Austin Strang and Logan McNitt. Tom Quiring showing his displeasure along with Logan McNitt, beating up the 89's rear bumper. Drivers will get about 2 laps to warm up their tires. It might not look like it, but these cars have way too much power for the tire that they have under them. They will get very squirrely if you do not exercise a good amount of throttle control and get those tires heated up. It usually takes 5 to 10 laps for you to be able to reach your optimal lap time. Larson Parker has won the championship, but he is not done yet. He is going for more, getting the pole for tonight's race. Will he be able to take the win, or will another driver like Tom Quiring, in the middle of a points battle, steal it from him at the last second? Pace car is off. We're geared up for 50 laps. Green flag is in the air, and they're underway. Larson Parker gets the early advantage with Dean Qualley pushing him into turn 1. Brad Stefane not quite able to stay alongside. He'll tap the wall just barely and fall in line right behind Larson Parker. Dean Qualley holding strong in third place with Tom Quiring on his outside. Those two trying to battle for second place in points. Brad Stefane will dive down to the inside. He'll try to take the lead early from Larson Parker. He won't get clear, but he will be close heading into this next set of corners. Larson not giving him much room. Side by side yet again, coming to the checkered flag, or checkered line, excuse me. Very reminiscent of the heat race we just saw. These two trying to drive away from the field and trying to get the edge on each other. Tom Quiring using the way high line to try to get around Dean Qualley. These two also side by side. Larson getting a little squirrely there. He'll go up to the wall. Brad Stefane trying to use all that track, will almost go down to the apron. But he'll fall in line behind Larson Parker. Larson able to hold his own on the outside line. Tom Quiring underneath Dean Qualley for third. He'll get a little squirrely, but it doesn't hurt him much. He'll dive down to turn 3. Dean Qualley giving him not much space there on exit. Dean will tap the wall, but he has the momentum to keep himself in the fight. These two still side by side trying to get that second place in points. Tom Quiring will get clear. Dean Qualley now having pressure from Austin Strang in 5th. Meanwhile, Brad Stefane still on the bumper of Larson Parker. He gets a little squirrely though. And he'll spin out on the backstretch. Yellow flag is out. Let's have a replay of what happened there. will go on board for this one. He'll get a little sideways out of turn 2 and just won't be able to save it. Very unfortunate for Brad Stefane. Was fighting for the lead all of the heat race and the feature, but will now have to start from the back. He'll go down pit road to get a fresh 4 set of Goodyear or Hoosier, whatever tires. Meanwhile, Larson Parker now in the lead, being pushed by Dean Qualley. Tom Quiring now jumps up to second after clearing Dean Qualley and surviving the caution. Qualley will start on the inside second row. Strang will start in fourth, Logan McNitt in fifth, and when Brad Stefane gets back out on track, he'll start in sixth. Lights are still on the pace car. We'll go around a couple of more times. Lights are now off on the pace car. 1-2 green for our 6 drivers. Larson Parker will start inside row number 1. Pace car is off, and we are back to green flag racing. Larson with the early jump. He will be able to hold his lead position. Tom Quiring will go way up the track trying to get that momentum on Dean Qualley. Dean to his inside will try to make a move to the inside of 3. They'll stay side by side. Brad Stefane now able to pass Austin Strang and Logan McNitt. Will jump back to that 4th place position, trying to make a move around the outside on 3rd place runner Dean Qualley. He'll stay to his outside, but he has a lot of momentum coming around the top. He'll get clear of the 17 this time. He'll jump to the inside to try to take back 2nd place from Tom Quiring. He'll get up to his bumper on the backstretch. He'll swing high in turn 3. He'll try to gain that momentum under a little bit of fire from 4th place runner Dean Qualley. He'll dive into the corner, getting a little closer to Tom. Tom will slide high just a little bit, getting a little squirrely. Brad Stefane will take to the inside. Tom going high once again. Not sure if he is trying to get the momentum or had a little bit of an error there, but Brad Stefane will take 2nd back, and he will charge towards Larson Parker. On board with your leader, Larson Parker. Holding the inside, getting a little squirrely there. Brad Stefane was able to use the outside to charge through the field. Will he be able to hold the outside against your race leader and champion? He will decide against it. He'll go to the inside and get to that left rear of Larson Parker. He'll keep it alongside heading into turn 1. Larson will give him no room to spare. He'll keep the low side into turn 3. Larson trying to use every square inch of track that he can. On board with Brad Stefane now fighting for the lead. He is going back and forth for the lead. He might get it at the line this time. Maybe not. Larson still at the lead. Tom Quiring in third, trying out the high line that Larson has been able to use to defend his position thus far. Dean Qualley, though, right behind him. Tom will take the low line this time. Brad Safane still using the low line. Dead heat at the line. Larson Parker will still retain the lead, but they are trading blows. The leaderboard doesn't know who is in the leader, switching positions every other second. Brad Stefane will have him by a bumper in turn 3, but Larson will get the momentum out of 4. Tom Quiring using the slipstream from both drivers to hold third place over Dean Qualley. Larson and Tom will get a little swirly there. Brad Stefane will be able to jump to the lead, but will he be able to clear the 18? Yes, he will. We have a new race leader, Brad Stefane. Larson isn't ready to give it up yet, though. He dives to the inside. Brad Stefane running the high line now. Larson now dives down low. Tom Quiring still in third, trying to capitalize off of the battle just ahead of him. Larson will get a slight edge coming out of turn 2. He won't quite clear the 89, but he'll try it again out of turn 4. Still not clear, but he retains the race lead. Brad Stefane not willing to let this race go yet. 26 laps to go, halfway through our feature event. Still side by side at the line. Neither driver giving the other any room. Tom Quiring and Dean Qualley just trying to capitalize off of these two, wasting time by battling. Larson Parker will get a little squirrely. He'll throw it into the corner, but Brad Stefane will take back the race lead. Larson Parker making an error there. He is only driving with one hand tonight after having arm surgery. Tom Quiring will look to capitalize off of his mistake, trying to take second place. Using the slipstream from Brad Stefane, giving him a little push there. Larson will throw it into turn 1. Battle for the lead once more. He'll get slightly ahead of Brad Stefane. Still side by side, 22 laps to go. Larson will dip his left side tires down to that apron again. Dean Qualley will go to the way high line. Tom Quiring will give Larson Parker a little push and push him to the lead. Tom Quiring now side by side with Brad Stefane. Larson Parker able to clear both of them and will keep the race lead. Tom not quite able to pass for a second. Brad Stefane will keep the runner-up position. Tom isn't done yet. He'll look to the high line. Won't have much momentum to do it. Brad Stefane will get a little squirrely out of turn 2. He'll look to the inside, but doesn't have the track position to go alongside. He'll have to deal with the pressure from Tom Quiring now right on his back bumper. Tom also not able to do much yet. He's going to go to the high line. Brad Stefane will spin out once more. Caution will come out. Brad Stefane once again spinning while holding the second place position. Truly heartbreaking for him now. He will have to climb through the field again with such little time left. Caution is out with 17 to go. Larson Parker is your race leader, followed by third in points Tom Quiring and second in points Dean Qualley. Austin Strang and Logan McNitt will round out the top 5, and Brad Stefane, after spinning from second, will have to restart 6th. We had a long green flag run. Attrition starting to attack our drivers, getting a little tired, not being able to hit your marks as well as you were at the beginning of the race. Tires are also wearing thin. Let's go ahead and look at that replay. Brad Stefane, same situation as earlier. Just gets on the throttle a little too early and sends himself around. Truly heartbreaking for the driver. Lights are still on the pace car. I believe they will be going off this time. All drivers are back on track and ready to go. Lights will go off. We will be going green next time by 13 laps to decide the winner of the season finale. Pace car will dive down low. Larson Parker on point. Green flag will wave in the air. Larson will get the advantage going into turn 1 once again. Tom Quiring using the high line. Dean Qualley staying down low. These two drivers trying to get every point they can in their points battle. Larson Parker out with the lead. Brad Stefane still at the back after spinning and calling the caution. Tom Quiring right on the back bumper of Larson Parker. Larson not ready to give it up yet. But Tom will look to the inside. He'll get the door shut on him, but he isn't ready yet. He'll get a little squirrely. That gap will grow between him and race leader Larson Parker. Dean Qualley fading away in third. The rest of the pack trying to keep up. Brad Stefane making the move on Logan McNitt for 4th. He'll have to chase down the 3 podium drivers now. The 17 of Dean Qualley, the 46 of Tom Quiring, and the 18 of Logan McNitt. We have a battle for the lead. Tom will throw his car into the inside. Larson and Tom will get a little squirrely that time. Larson can't quite clear him. He'll send it into turn 3. Tom will use the momentum to try to make another move going into turn 1. He'll look to the inside. He'll throw the car. He'll get Larson Parker loose. Larson able to save it, but it'll cost him 2 positions. We have a new race leader in the 46 of Tom Quiring. Tom giving Larson the chrome horn there into turn 2. 7 laps to go. Tom Quiring, your race leader. Larson Parker able to get by the 17 for second. Remember, Tom Quiring 6 points behind the 17. Tom would have to win and have Dean finish 3rd or worse. And he is in the position to take back that 2nd place point standing. But Larson doesn't want to give up the race lead yet. He'll go to the high line, giving Tom the horn. He'll take back the race lead through the outside. Tom Quiring will have to deal with the 17 once again. Larson Parker back in the lead. Tom Quiring try to gain some momentum on the high line. Brad Stefane now right behind them in 4th. Larson will get on the apron once again. Tom Crying will look to the inside. He'll throw the car into turn one, and we have a battle for the lead once again. Tom is not done yet. He still has a lot of fight left in him. Brad Stefane making the move on Dean Qualley, trying to get that last podium position. Tom Quarring still holding strong in second, but Larson is growing that lead ever so slightly. Brad Stefane will able to capitalize on the mistake from Tom Quarring. Tom Quarring gets a little squirrely in turn two. Brad Stefane trying to make the position for second now. 2 laps ago, Larson Parker still in the lead. Tom Quarring and Brad Stefane just behind him. Logan McNitt and Dean Qualley side by side for 5th. White flag, 1 lap to go. The top 3 is under a blanket right now. Tom Quarring gets a little squirrely. All 3 will follow in line through turns 3 and 4. And Larson Parker, your Legends champion, will win the final race at 5 Flag Speedway. Tom Quarring will come in second. Brad Stefane will come in third. Dean Qualley in fourth. Logan McNitt in fifth. And Austin Strang in sixth. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll have to go back and watch the battle between Tom Quarring and Larson Parker. He gives Larson the bumper, almost wrecking him in turn 1. Let's go watch that again from Tom Quarring's point of view. Just trying to throw the car in there and killing Larson's momentum, costing him 2 positions. Nonetheless, a bunch of your drivers all doing end of season burnouts and trying to wreck each other. Dean Qualley trying to stay out of the action. We'll give your drivers a moment to finish their celebrations, and we'll go ahead and pull them in the booth for interviews. Logan McNitt and Dean Qualley voicing their displeasure with each other. These two have had a rivalry all season. They'll continue to torch those rear tires, making some more contact with each other. I was about to say they looked like they were done, but I guess they're not done yet. We'll go ahead and let these two have it, and we'll start pulling drivers in for interviews. Alright, starting with our 3rd place finisher, Bad Brad Stefane. Do we have a copy? Brad, do you have a copy?
Yeah, well, I was in the bathroom.
Ah, sorry about that. You had it. Not much. You had a valiant effort tonight trying to steal the race win from Larson Parker.
Yeah, we tried. We made several mistakes. The car. Oh, first of all, I hit the wall earlier in the race and thought maybe I had a little bit of damage. Then obviously I spun a couple laps after that, brought out the first caution, went in, I had no damage, kind of surprising. I hit the wall pretty hard. So I decided to take right side tires, did that, came back out, got back through the field, challenged Larson again. We had a great side by side battle. That was a lot of fun tonight. And he was racing with one arm, which is unbelievable. And yeah, we spun out again. We just coming out of two. It was just kicking my butt. I just you had to be real easy on the throttle coming out of two, and it bit me twice tonight. So, but we're glad to be back up here in third. Not too shabby.
Yeah, we were watching you guys from up here in the booth. Turn 2 seemed to cause the drivers the most trouble. Almost every driver out there got squirrely or worse in that turn. But
Yeah,
nonetheless,
go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was going to say, nonetheless, you were still able to rally to a third place finish from 2 cautions.
Yeah, it was a ton of fun tonight. Race side by side with Larson for so long. That was I don't know, super exciting. I'm sure that if anyone was to watch that broadcast, is like, man, these guys doing some racing. Like, this is cool. We had a blast. It was a lot of fun. But yeah, like I said, glad to at least get it home in P3, be in the box.
Alright, is there anybody you'd like to shout out before we cut you loose?
I got to give you a shout out for doing this. You're new to it, and we appreciate you for doing that. And all the guys who came out tonight, only 6 of us, not a huge group, but it was a lot of fun. Strange Brew, Rusty Misfits Racing League. Let's go.
Alright, well, thank you very much. Will you be joining us for the mini stocks tonight?
I don't think I'm gonna, because it's a longer race, and I
Aww.
I work late, and I'm trying to relax, watch this Brewer game. So I'm gonna watch this and enjoy the rest of my night.
Well, I hear a bunch of excuses, but I do understand. You have a good night, Brad.
Yeah, I appreciate you, Hunter. Thank you. Take care. Have a good night.
Thank you very much. Alright, that was third place finisher Brad Stefane. Now we'll go with our runner-up tonight. Mr. Tom Quiring, how are you doing?
I am happy, but still a little bit miffed that we still couldn't beat that 18 car when he was all hopped up on pain meds.
Well, you gave it one valiant effort there at the end. We were watching your replay. You gave him a little bit of the chrome horn there going into turn 1.
I race with you right now, is it?
No, my computer has never played very nice with me.
Well,
I do appreciate you trying to take over the broadcast. For some reason oh, maybe it's still going. Okay.
hopefully you can get that sorted out. You're about to do 75 laps at South Boston.
Oh, it won't be sorted out, but I'll try.
All right, well, back to you, Hunter.
All right, thank you. So you were having a decent battle there with Dean Qualley. What were you trying to do to get around him and get those extra points?
Well, coming into tonight, I knew that I basically had to win tonight's race, and Dean had to finish third or worse for me to have any chance of taking second place away from him. Unfortunately, that didn't happen, but as soon as I saw that red and white car in the mirror, I was doing everything I could to make sure he stayed behind in that mirror.
Yeah, absolutely. I do believe you came just a few points short. We were talking about it up here in the booth. You would have to win, and Dean Qualley would have to finish third.
Yeah, and he finished fourth, but I just could not pull out that win.
Unfortunately, but you still retain a top 3 finish in the point standings.
I'm happy for that. We missed a couple of weeks when I got sent away for work, so I had to take last place points for those weeks, and to stay in the hunt, I won't say for the championship because Larson just kind of ran away with that one, but to stay up there in the top 5 in points alone was pretty impressive to me. So I'll take a third place in points. I'm quite happy with that.
All right. Is there anybody you'd like to give a shout out to before you hop in your hop in the booth for the mini stock race?
Well, Hunter, we got to give you a big shout out for stepping in here. Mick had a huge storm go through his area a couple of nights ago, and he's been dealing with no power. So, Hunter, you stepped in huge here, covering for Mick on the broadcast booth. So, thank you to you. And then thank you to Starosta Trucking and DJ's Windows and Aerial Access for sponsoring my iRace for the kids. So I decided to carry him on the car for this season here in the Legends.
Well, thank you very much. I cannot wait to hop in the next iRace for the kids, so you'll have to give me some information on that whenever you get it planned.
We will definitely be working on getting that coming up.
All right. Thank you very much, Tom.
Thank you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, there is just one more man to interview tonight. 8 or 9-time race winner in this series and series champion, Larson Parker.
What's up, Hunter?
Not too much. Yeah, we were
Oh,
watching you in the booth, a dominating race, even with a little bit of a handicap there.
yeah, no, I'm tired. My left arm went through it that race.
Yeah, most definitely. You were able to get the edge on Brad Stefane there in the heat race. Started on pole, but you would just not be able to shake off Brad Stefane there.
Yeah, no, the draft at this track plays a huge role. Like just any big track in the legend cars, it's a lightweight car with a lot of air coming off of it, so there's always going to be a big run up when you get the chance. But it was just fun racing and always a close battle at Five Flags with these.
Absolutely. The Brad did end up wrecking once or twice there, but through the draft he was able to get a third place finish. You didn't really have to deal with that problem, but you had to deal with another driver in that 46, Tom Quiring.
Yeah, me and him made a little bit of contact, and driving those little twitchy cars one-handed, it's already hard enough to keep us straight. And when he bumped me, I thought for sure I was going around, but somehow I managed to pull it off and I lost 2 spots with it, but I was able to get those spots back pretty quick with the draft.
Yeah, the draft was able to help out a lot of drivers tonight, especially with how twitchy these cars are. The mistakes were able to, any mistakes made were able to be recovered from pretty quickly.
Oh yeah, and that's always nice. These drafting tracks there, it's a lot more work on the driver because it's a lot closer racing, but it also helps you out in the long run when you make a mistake and stuff. It helps you get back up there pretty quick.
Absolutely. Well, you are the Legend Series champion, and I believe after tonight you could potentially be the Mini Stock Series champion as well. Is there anybody you'd like to give a shout out to for helping you get this far?
Yeah, Arkham set up shop for keeping me quick and working with me a week in and week out through the official races and always getting my setups and stuff right and just helping me out. Justin Brooks Designs on my legend car for making sure my legend car always looks good, and just everybody else in this league for putting the league races on.
All right. Well, congratulations on your championship and race win, and I will see you later in the mini stocks.
Hopefully, I'm gonna go turn a few practice laps, but I'll see how I'm feeling with the elbow and stuff.
All right. Sounds good.
All right, I'll see you there.
See ya. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I apologize for the technical difficulties. I am not sure what my computer has been up to lately. But this has been the Extreme Forces Racing League Strange Brew Racing Legends Series. I hope you all enjoyed the season, and I will see you guys later.